Speaking of man, I have one word for Terry. Whatever.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, being accompanied by Terry, representing the Alliance, weighing in at 239 pounds, Raven.
Well, you know, WWF New York here has turned into a huge nightclub Friday and Saturday nights called The World. And this coming Friday night at 7 o'clock, Alien Ant Farm, tremendous music group, will be performing live here at The World this coming Friday night.
I loved Ant Farm when I was a kid.
I know, I used to have those little things.
Yeah, it was just hard to find, like, tractors and clouds small enough to fit inside for the ants to use.
Serious, folks, Alien Ant Farm live here Friday night at The World, 7 o'clock at WWF New York.
This place will be hot.
65 pounds, Chuck Palumbo.
Well, this is an important night for Chuck Palumbo, formerly a member of the Alliance. He was fired by Shane McMahon last week, and from what we understand, this is sort of a tryout for Chuck Palumbo to see if he makes the grade for the World Wrestling Federation.
One could almost say like a developmental deal for him.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wins this match over Raven, that developmental deal is going to turn into a full-time deal with the World Wrestling Federation. It's Raven and Chuck Palumbo set to kick things off here on Sunday Night Heat. And I'll tell you, Al, Raven was very entertaining last night with the coach and Trish Stratus on WWF Access on TNN.
Well, definitely, he obviously outstripped him as far as intelligence. Few people know that Raven has like an IQ of 148, which, if I can quote Raven, I think that's double what both Trish and Coach have together.
Whatever, Trish Stratus will be in action a little bit later on tonight on Sunday Night Heat against Ivory as Raven misses the right hand. Chuck went for that big boot, and Raven, using the intelligence, slid out of the ring.
And that's a good point. We'll see how much of that intelligence comes into play here in this match. Chuck Palumbo has an incredible future ahead of him. Oh, has a ton of potential and a ton of tools that he can put to use. But Raven's got the experience and the IQ edge on Chuck Palumbo.
I'll tell you, we were talking about the record-setting WrestleMania ticket sales yesterday. Over 50,000 tickets sold for WrestleMania in the first half hour. Unbelievable. And I'll tell you, the World Wrestling Federation worldwide, not only in Toronto for WrestleMania, we were in the UK, Manchester last night, in England for Rebellion. More on that a little bit later on as Terry teases, so to speak, Chuck Palumbo.
You know, since I've been with this company, I've literally traveled all over the world via the World Wrestling Federation.
Special guest tonight on Sunday Night Heat is Edge, and from what we understand, we've been talking about The Rock versus Jericho tomorrow night on Raw, live 9/8 Central on TNN from Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. We also understand that Edge versus Test for the Intercontinental Championship is also a very strong possibility. We understand the challenge has been issued based on the fact that Test cost Edge a match against Rob Van Dam on SmackDown Thursday.
Well, I don't know about you, but I can't wait until later in the show we can sit down with Edge and basically get inside his head and see how he's doing and dealing with things after the big challenge with Christian, and now moving on to, it appears to be Test.
It appears to be Test on Raw Monday night. And also, I'm interested to see, wait a minute, Raven into the cover, hook of the leg on Palumbo and a kick out. I'm interested to see what Edge has to say, what his take is on Survivor Series 2 weeks from tonight, winner take all. I mean, Edge could be flipping burgers at the Burger King in Toronto if things don't work out for the World Wrestling Federation in 2 weeks. A lot on the line in this winner take all matchup. One company is going out of business. Plain and simple, one company will no longer exist 2 weeks from tonight.
I think they'll put his application in with Tim Hortons because I don't think Burger King's got a chain up there.
Well, nonetheless, Chuck Palumbo with the right hands, and there's another one to Raven. A big night for Chuck Palumbo as Raven's whipped off the ropes, and there's the quickness of this former...
Ooh! He's got all the skill. He just lacks the experience and the guidance.
Well, he's a former WCW Tag Team Champion, and Chuck Palumbo walked right into the boot from Raven. Tremendous body and tremendous shape is Chuck Palumbo, and obviously has the discipline. Wait a minute, rolls Raven up, could have him here in a kick out. Palumbo, of course, a former member of the Armed Forces. He was in the Navy. Misses with the right hand.
It reminds me of that Village People song.
Great, I was wondering if you were going there. Raven up over the top. Here's a spin over by Chuck Palumbo again. Raven kicks out after the count of two. And Palumbo face first turnbuckle. Raven, he's got the tights. The tights on Palumbo. And again, a kick out by Chuck Palumbo.
That experience came into play, and to coin the phrase of one of my favorite announcers, that Raven is a wily, cagey vet.
Who would that be?
Gordon Solie.
Now look out now. Here's the cover on Raven. Oh, he's got him. Chuck Palumbo with a huge win. And hey, Raven's partner just incredible from behind. Incredible, and Raven with a double Palumbo.
Putting the boots, doing a major hoofing on Chuck Palumbo.
Hey, what the hell's this?
Billy Gunn.
It's the one Billy Gunn. Right hands to Raven and just incredible.
Clearing the ring.
The WWF star taking out the Alliance with a famouser. What the hell is Billy doing down here with Chuck Palumbo?
I don't know. You know, Billy's a big-time tag team wrestler. Maybe he sees some potential in Chuck Palumbo.
That's a good point. Billy Gunn's a veteran, been around. Maybe he sees some potential in this kid. Nonetheless, Chuck Palumbo in this tryout, so to speak, after being fired by the Alliance. I think he's passed in flying colors.
Yeah, he got a big win over a guy like Raven. That's no slouch.
Plenty more to come tonight on Sunday Night Heat as Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo exchange a handshake in the center of the ring through a big ovation here on Sunday Night Heat. Our special guest, Edge, on the way. But coming up next, we're going to take you back to Raw Monday night. The defection of Kurt Angle to the Alliance.